Our iSchool, Our Stories. Welcome to the podcast about the stories of the University of Texas at Austin School of Information, students, staff, and faculty.
Hey all, I'm Victoria, I use she, her pronouns, and I am a senior undergraduate student at the iSchool. I think it's been a common experience for the undergrads to hear stuff like, so what do you do in your major, whenever we tell people that we're studying informatics. And to be honest, I was the same way. I initially came to UT as a computer science major, and I got my start in tech with making some really ugly pet pages in Neopets. So neon blue background, lime green and like neon yellow text and fonts, and using Comic Sans and stickers everywhere and random white specks because I didn't know how to make a glitter effect, like that kind of ugly. But I had a lot of fun creating something and seeing it up on the screen. And so later on in my last year of high school, I did a Girls Who Code summer program. During that program, I mostly learned about web dev and building apps and other things that people can use to navigate the world. And I really, really enjoyed designing different web pages for people to use and seeing how they would interact with the information on there. So naturally, when it was time for me to decide my major, I decided on computer science and practically immediately regretted it. The CS major was just so much colder than I expected. You know the stereotype of a white guy in a hoodie coding in the dark of a basement? Well, not everyone was like that. I've met several people who've told me that that kind of environment was their dream. Not having to talk to anyone or deal with anyone, just coding alone. And I'm a people person, so that really wasn't for me. I like being able to work in the front end and being able to see how people will look at and interact with something I've made. I talked to an advisor about how I was feeling in the CS department, and coincidentally, she was completing her PhD in Information and Library Sciences at the iSchool. After hearing what I said, she told me that she felt like I would be happier working in user experience. And she told me a little bit more about the iSchool and how there was a new informatics program that was being developed for it. I really trust and value her opinion and advice, so I looked more into the informatics program and transferred in. Almost immediately, I felt the human side of tech that I was wishing for in computer science. Not just in the classes, but in the people as well. Everyone was just so interested in the social, not just the technical. I think my most memorable experience in the iSchool was my time in the iSchool Inclusion Institute. I applied to the program on a whim, mostly. I was on hour 15 or so of a hackathon when I saw the I3 email and how it was talking about open applications and opportunities for research and personal development. As a first-gen student, I never thought I could do research, and when I was a CS student, that was doubly the case. I tried with the Freshman Research Initiative, but I felt so out of my depth that it kind of turned me away from research in CS. But I was really curious as to if I could do research on user experience and what that would even look like. So I decided to apply. Just like my transfer to informatics, I3 felt so warm and human. Like there was empathy there. Not to say that there isn't empathy in CS. But you really felt the kind of environment where your ability is not measured just by, if you understood Dijkstra's algorithm or things like that, right? It really felt that you were a person, not just a code monkey or anything like that. I was able to talk to so many people on things that they were interested in from an angle that I never even thought of. For instance, the technology of music and labeling and record keeping and games and everything was just so exciting to me. Unlike the topics I was able to do research on within computer science, especially as an undergraduate, I3 just felt like so much more opportunity for me to explore, not just technical stuff, which I do enjoy, but the social aspects of it. I was able to do research on game design and the various aspects of a user's experience based on the features within a game. And I even won Best Poster. Having the opportunity to learn more about informatics and user experience, things that are human-sided and human-focused, has just been such an incredible opportunity, and I'm so glad to be here.
And that's it for this episode. Tune in next week for more.